Hello everyone. Today I'm going to do something different than I don't do normally. I'm going to do some manga book reviews today. And more specifically on the chapters that I've just read at the moment. Naruto chapter 595 and Bleach chapter 502. So I'll actually start by doing it the way, the order that I've said the two mangas. Naruto first. At the moment, I've been reading continuous mangas on the war that's happening towards all of creations, the implemented resurrection jutsu that was created by Kabuto Yakoshi, who is now actually a dragon in sage mode. In the last chapter, he was stopped by Itachi and Sasuke completely, and the war ended. But the war is still going. Everything is still working. Madara was different to all of the other Kages, Jinchurikis, all of the Seven Swordsmen of the Mist, all of the that's basically what I can remember. So he stopped them, but Madara is different, which has made me believe now that Tobi is not Madara. Madara died. He was resurrected by Kabuto, and it's pretty intense. And what else I've read online is that now it's confirmed that Tobi is Tobirama, the second Hokage of the village hidden in the leaves, Konohagakure. And it's amazing. I still can't actually believe what's actually happening at the moment. Okay, back to the story. In this chapter 595, Tobirama has said that he didn't need the chakras or the Jinchurikis at all. He could revive them anyway. This is how. He has not been able to capture the Hishibi and the Kubi. Killer Bee's Hishibi, 8 tails. Naruto's 9 tails, Kubi. He hasn't been able. But he still revived the 10 tails. I don't get how. This is how. He's got the left arm, one of the tentacles of the Hishibi, and he's got the chakra from 9 tails. You might be wondering, how did he get the chakra from the 9 tails? One specific reason. 2 brothers that were sealed within in a gourd that was given to them by the sage of the 6 paths, Ridoku, the father of all jutsu. It was a gourd that could seal everything. It can seal absolutely anything. Of course, 6 sage of the 6 paths, all of them. Pain was not. Pain still got defeated. The Conan told us that. And the body of, what was his name? One of the people, the Pain, one of the people that fought against Naruto in the Pain battle. It was a little boy that Jiraiya taught years ago. I've forgotten his name. Okay. He was said to, he had 6. The Rinnegan, most powerful jutsu ever. That was the eye, ocular eye, that Ridoku, father of all jutsu, had. And he could do anything. But now Madara has one side Sharingan and the other side Rinnegan. So they're fighting, and continuously fighting throughout all the battles. There have been so many battles now, and what's the point of doing the war if he could do it anyway? Get it? He got the 10 tails done, basically, just because of the chakras are in there. He didn't need to kill everybody else then. He just needed the chakra. Just take the chakra rather than actually killing them. Don't take their life force away from them. But he does. So he took the chakra of the I get it that they die. The vessels for the Jinchuriki die after they take the Jinchuriki out of them. That's what happened to Gaara. That's what happened to Jinchuriki that was sealed inside the teapot. And it's incredible. Okay, back to the story. How'd he get the 9 tails chakra? Two reasons. I told you. The brothers that were sealed inside the gourd that the father of all jutsu, Ridoku, gave, were the brothers Ginkaku and Kinkaku, the gold and silver brothers, I think they were called. This is because years ago, when they trapped soldiers and everybody trapped the 9 tails, the 2 brothers were there from the Cloud Village, and they fought against him. They leashed their power against him, jumped up into the air, and the 9 tails swallowed them, ate them whole. He opened his mouth and they dove straight into his mouth. Then, supposedly they were dead. They weren't. They were feeding on his flesh inside him. They were eating his meat of the cookies. And that's how they got his chakra. When they came out, they were swarming with his chakra all over them. How did they seal the brothers inside there, even if when they had the chakra? This is how. They have sword. They have a Pacific sword that has a incantation on the side of it. The sword that goes like that. The handle is just brown, I think. And if you slash somebody once, and they say a Pacific word that they keep saying, like Durai said, grub, he gets sealed inside. So they can choose the word. If they say the word again, they get sealed. So they start getting sucked in like a vacuum cleaner, and they go straight in. That's what Dirab, he said it. He got sealed inside, but he didn't. That was a clone that went inside. Then Durai came out, punched Kinkaku into the air, took both of the gourd that they can seal it and the sword. Then he slashed Kinkaku, and he chose a word. I think it was gold. He said gold, or was it silver? He said gold, and he got sealed inside. He was begging his brother Ginkaku, help me, help me, help me. Got sealed inside. And that's how they have it. Then Ginkaku exploded. How dare you, how dare you. At the moment, they were fighting 2 people on the side of Dirai, the second right-hand man to the Rakage. They were all fighting. When Dirai was fighting, 2 people jumped in. One, a lady that is from his village called Samurai, and Samurai, Samui, and a guy called Atsu, something like that, Atsui. And they were fighting. Atsui, said it properly this time, had a fire-based sword. Every time he slashed, there was fire everywhere, so he could kill any of the bad guys. The white Zetsus could kill them easily. And then when he got up close, when the battle was resuming, Ginkaku was just watching back, just standing, and Kinkaku was running towards Atsui. When he got up to him, Kinkaku had this kind of scar, I don't know, where it might have been a glove. He punched Atsui, and fire bursted out, and had a mark straight over his face. Atsui had, and then kept on punching, and I think Ginkaku came into the picture and attacked Sumai, and she jumped at it. That Dura started fighting. They got sealed inside there because of the two brothers. Durai went mad. I think Durai went very angry and started beating them up, and then took the gourd and took the sword, and hit, as I said, Kinkaku, and he said a word, and he got sealed inside. Then exploded. Ginkaku was in full Kubi mode. How dare you? He went into Kubi, destroyed the entire mountainside, started blowing everything apart, killing even the white Zetsu started killing all of them. And yeah, it's just incredible the way the fighting actually resumes. Then in the end, there's two different types of gourds. You can't seal another within one gourd. One gourd was held by Adira. Then there's just two gourds. There was one gourd in the headquarters in the Cloud Village, where Rekage, his conference room, that was the headquarters for the entire war, that the war allied shinobis could report back to. And they had a gourd outside. When they go out into the balcony, there's a big gourd there. As we know, the two brothers are Cloud shinobis, and Rakage is Cloud, and they always had it. And the gourd was sent to Dirai, but they had a battle. When it got zoomed there, Ginkaku said, "Oh, that's how you're gonna seal me." Then he started destroying everything. Then, all of a sudden, in this episode of I'm talking about the anime now, Shikamaru's dad told him that, told Dirai, "I'm talking to you now. This is really important. We need to use a strategy. Shika Ino Cho. To combine Choji, Shikamaru, and Ino together." And they used the strategy perfectly. When they actually got there, they started fighting against the Ginkaku Kubi mode. First, it was what's his name? Choji fighting against the Night Owls and doing the spin. He's big now, so he's actually got a larger, and he can attack him, throw him back. Then Ginkaku, while he was spinning against him and he was forcing him backwards, threw him up because of the fire he had inside him. He's Kubi in it, so the fire is intense. And he threw him up to the air. Choji was hurt. Then Shikamaru came in and done the what's his special power? He can do that and think strategies. What was his the shadow possession jutsu onto Ginkaku, stopped him completely. Then Ino, when he was released, they thought they could actually get him while he couldn't. He's too powerful. He got free of Shikamaru's shadow possession jutsu, and then when he was about to, I'm so mad, he unleashed one of the tails that he had of the Jinchuriki straight at Shikamaru, and it hit right there. This is because at that precise moment, Ino used her mind possession transfer like that, and she transferred her mind into Ginkaku and stopped him straight there. And then the final blow. They used the gourd that was sent to Durai, and they sealed Ginkaku. This is how the Kubi's chakra was in the Tobi Rama got it. I'm believing it now, Tobi Rama. I think it is the second Okage. Yeah. And yeah, that's basically what's happening in the last episode. In this one, it's extremely intense. They are fighting. They're fighting all the time. They're fighting in an open space, which is gigantic. And now, because of the Ten-Tails that can spit lands, swallow oceans, and carry mountains on his back, started thinking of the game God of War now, because of the god's name, the Titan, his father to Zeus, I've forgotten his name. He's carrying the Pandora's temple at on the back of him. That's how gigantic he is. It's kind of like that. He could do that. He created the entire land as they know it in the ninja world. He was the one that brought law and order. Now he's bringing chaos. This is because he's been controlled by. If he was out of his contact, out of his mind, from Toby's, he would be a good person. He'd be just sitting there and just enjoying life or something like that. And the other thing, he's been controlled, and there are everything's been blown apart. There are rocks flying everywhere. It's like okay, think about when you go Super Saiyan and there's tiny rocks, but this one is bringing them giant chunks of land all over the place. And okay, it's just phenomenal to watch. I can't wait for 596 next week's chapter to find out. I haven't even mentioned that Naruto gave him his most strongest blow. Naruto had a chance. He's been plummeted by giant mountain purupus and he's stuck in the middle of them. I can't even hit him. Then he hit him with his most powerful blow. Hit him straight there. Smashed him completely. But when he came out, Toby was flying backwards. When he came out, that most strongest Kubi mode blast that he had only caused a tiny scratch on his mask. Then Guy came out and said, if that blow did only that, how can we beat him? Next week is going to be intense, because how can you beat him if he's just been hit once with the most powerful blow from Naruto, the mini Biju bomb that he can do, most powerful, and nothing, just a scratch on his head. How do you beat him? I can't wait for next week. Now, secondary response, Bleach, chapter 502. Bleach is one of the best mangas I've ever read in my entire life. I've watched every arc from the first episode to the last right now. I've seen the first chapter when Rukia turned him into a death god, a soul reaper. I've seen the second chapter where he goes and rescues Ichigo and his friends Inoue, Chad, Urahara, who's a cat at that time, Yoruichi, who's a cat at that time, and turns into a woman at the end of that arc. And he saves him and gets Bunkai. I've seen the next arc, The Bound. I've seen the next arc, the iron cars, and the next one, where he kills off Aquila, and the next arc, Aizen's arc, and now the next one is going up against the Fullbring, and now the Quincy arc. I've seen every arc of everything on the parts of that, and it's never been less than spectacular for me. It's the best, one of the best books I've ever read in my life. So back to this one, I was just explaining how incredible it is. The bunkers, the mode when he turns into a Bastard Lord. Ichigo's was incredible. He defeated Aquila, putting his feet on top of him and blasting him with that skull was incredible. And okay, my best one was the end up against Aizen and going final Zagetsu and unleashing Mugen. It just blasts it and black hits the entire surface, and you see Aizen being blown into pieces and just spreading away. Wow! Never seen anything like that. But Naruto is better, but I think Naruto is better. But they're rivaled. They're both the most incredible. I don't think there is anything else. I'm watching One Piece. It's still amazing, but this is One Piece going to a different category. Going back to Bleach. Now you see the Quincy arc. I'm really sad. The killing of the main characters in a war as well. Do you think that they thought Naruto cannot be beaten, so they're gonna copy him? They're doing a war. Quincy versus Soul Reapers. Seen it. We've actually seen it. And when the Bounce series happened, the leader, what was his name now? The leader of the Bounce used Quincy. He used him and opened the gateway to Soul Society to actually take over his revenge. So it's just amazing. And now you see one of the main characters, Kera, dies. You see a chunk of him on the side here being blown and just fading away. I hate it. Next, now, Byakuya Kuchiki dies. Renji is so angry, shouting, "Stop! Stop!" Screaming, "Stop!" Nothing. This happened because one of the Quincy's that specializes in doing illusions of the mind gave an illusion to Byakuya and slashed him. The illusion of Rukia decaying away, just dying, becoming like an old person and just decaying away. Byakuya is like, he's just frightened, and the illusionist says, "You've never known fear, you've never known death every time you fight." Byakuya comes out in the sign saying, "I've always had fear in me, always. Every time I go into a fight, I've always had death inside me, the fear of it, always, and that's what motivates me to fight." Then he shows Rukia decaying away and just slashes him. blood all over him. Then in the end, and when Wendy's shouting, stop, stop, giant burst on him. And Byakuya, straight down. I don't know what that Quincy does. He just blasts him like a gigantic asteroid hitting the floor, but just on him. It's like a smoke bomb. Just blasts straight onto him. And then he shouts, stop. Then he jumps in the air. Zabimaru hits the Quincy, and if that Quincy could say a word, he would say, what are you doing? Zabimaru only hits there. He slashed him, and nothing happens to him. Nothing. And the next minute, you see Rukia Nisama running. This is the anime. No, this is not the anime. This is the there is no anime. This is the only manga. She's running towards a Nisama, and she doesn't see at the back. You think I'm not there? You don't acknowledge me. Then you underestimate me. And somebody, and Rukia looks behind and goes, "What?" I don't know who that is as well. So she can't get to him. The person behind Rukia blasts her, and the rubble comes straight up, and she's laying down when you see in the end. And then what looks like a captain in white robe says to the leader that looks like Zangetsu, I don't know his name, says to him, it seems Byakuya Kuchiki is dead. In the last episode you saw Ichigo listening to everyone. How can he hear them? The phone's not even on. But then he starts hearing the phone and everybody screaming, Ichigo will come! Ichigo will save us! Ichigo will come! Will come! Will come! Will come! And on the internet it started, a person on YouTube here started saying that Ichigo's a fight on his hand. In your dreams. Ichigo's listening to them pleading for death, for him to save them. The general. He's pathetic. He goes into one of those gigantic Quincy ultimate modes, like Uryu went into. But his is bigger. He's got giant wings. He's got everything, and he was fighting against Ichigo's Bankai. As you don't know, or you might not know, that the Quincy's had the ability to take away all the Bankais away from the soldiers. And it's extremely shocking. They can't take Ichigo's away. They can't take it away. And he starts then Urahara from the back blasts him with the Hasume, his Zanpakuto, and blasts the red ray straight at him, and he gets hit and hits on the floor. Then he gets up with muscle bound. This is my final attack to you, Ichigo Kurosaki. The other way, Japanese, in Kurosaki Ichigo, and he unleashes a spiritual prison for him. As you know, in the last episode, that's how Ichigo's listening to them and hearing their fear. Ichigo will come and save us, save us, save us. Then, all of a sudden, don't know what happens. The bad guy, who's muscular now, who was muscular before when he turned into him, he was grotesque and had wings, gets slashed! Dies, blood, goes straight down. Who slashed him? Who killed him? And then a sword straight up to Urahara's face, straight there, is leaning there, and Urahara looks up and just goes, oh no. Who is that? Who is that? Who actually killed the bad guy? Who did that to him? But they won't let Ichigo go. I thought the prison would die after the person is dead. Oh, it stays there. Ichigo is screaming out in agony, I want to go. And he's slashing with Zangetsu, and he's saying Getsuga Tenjo all the time. Blasting, nothing. He's in there, and he can't even get out. And where's Urahara? In this episode, when you're listening to the fears, Urahara's not even there. He's gone! Where's he gone? Who was that person? Must have taken him. And now, as you know, everyone's dead in this chapter. But there's a sigh of relief. In the last page, you see the leader of the Randa last one. I don't know what the Pacific called. That looks like Zangetsu is going like that. Why is he making that face? Because Zaraki, Kambachi Zaraki has just came into the picture and holding one of the fattest, ugliest son of a Quincy's, like a bag, like a complete biatch, holding him over his shoulder and saying, "Is this one of your punks?" And he's, oh, it's spectacular. And now I know this is going to be a magnificent battle. I want to see next week's 503 and Naruto chapter 596. I can't wait. It's going to be spectacular. I hope you watch, and this was my manga review of Naruto chapter 595, the up and coming conclusion, and my manga review of Bleach 502, and hopefully watch the next one, which will be more spectacular, 503. Take care and thank you for listening. Bye.